Hi, I'm Calum Kletta. We're down here on Brasenose 1 on the Linear Fisheries Complex today, doing some filming for Gardner Tackle. Today I'm going to be fishing Zig Rigs. It's a tactic that I've done so well on here in the past, catching loads of fish, and what I normally do is fish a lot shorter zigs than everyone else. I found this catches a lot more fish, but it also catches a lot of the better fish as well. When I turned up here yesterday morning, I had a good walk around the lake trying to find a good peg, but unfortunately as the lake was busy, there was not a lot of choices. But fortunately one of my favourite swims was free, which is this one, which gives long range access to the middle of the lake. I've clipped all my rods up at 140 yards, which is about halfway across the lake. Again, this is a lot further out than anyone else is fishing, which means as the lake's so busy with all the pressure and casting of other people, the fish are likely to push out under the pressure right into my area. So here's the biggest of 7 fish I've caught this morning from Brasenose 1, weighing in at 21 £, caught long range, spodding over zigs. Let's slip him back. So on this session, I've caught the majority of my fish on zigs of 5 foot in length. This is something I've had great success on in the past in this lake. I feel it's an unpressured area of the water, as the majority of zig fishing is done in the upper third of the water, and then you have people fishing on the bottom. I think when people are spodding, the heavier items being chased down sort of 5-6 foot off the bottom, which is where my zigs will be waiting for them. This is why I have a lot of heavier items in my spod mix, such as hemp and sweet corn, which will be sinking down into that area, and they sort of match the hook baits that I'm using as well. I also find that zigs of this depth are really good at night. It's shown last night I had 5 bites and 2 20-pounders on the bounce, which is a good average for this lake, and when there was no one else catching last night. It's also particularly good at the moment when the lake is a blue colour designed to kill the weed, and whereas there was weed already present in the lake when they put this dye in, that weed at the bottom is dying and it's really smelly and horrible, and I can't see the fish feeding on top of this. So where they're cruising around at night over areas that might smell like bait, such as where I've been spotting my sloppy mix during the day, you've got your zigs waiting for them, and it's more than enough to get a bite during the hours of darkness. So here's a 22-pound mirror I've just caught out of Brasenose 1. Taking this one on a short zig, fished at range. I'm going to run you through the presentation once I put this fish back. So I'm going to quickly run through the setup that I'm using on this session. The first part of the setup is a 13-foot long range rod, coupled with a big pit reel with nice slow oscillation. I've loaded the reel up with 12-pound Pro Carp mainline. This is 0.3mm in diameter, which means it's really good for casting, and I can hit big ranges with that. To avoid crack-offs, I've got a 50-pound braided leader, and then this goes down to a loop, so I can loop on my 25-pound plummet leg core leader. This means I can change from the zig to a solid bag or something like that if I need to. On there, I've got a leg clip without any tail rubber on. The idea behind this is that as soon as the fish picks the zig up, it dumps the lead, which means I'll have less problems with the amount of weed in this lake. I'll just PVA tape that up for the cast just to make sure the lead's held on there. Inside the leg clip, I've got a quick lock swivel. This can mean I can change the zigs quickly and easily, which is quite an important part of zig fishing if you need to change the depths, but they can also be damaged quite easily using fine monos. Over the top of that, I've got anti-tangle sleeve. This again just holds the zig away from the leg clip set up, which will help avoid tangles. I've then got about 5 or 6 feet of 10-pound zig link. This stuff's really good for my zigs. I always use this diameter. It just means you don't get any problems with cut-offs or fish stuck in the weed and you can't get them out. It goes down to my favourite zig hook, which is the size 12 muggers. I've got ultimate confidence in these. They're brilliant little hooks. And all the hook bait is mounted with a little bit of silicone opposite the barb, a bit of black zig foam and a bit of yellow zig foam tipped with a fake maggot. I've got 100% confidence in that hook bait, and it always gets me bites on lakes like this. So I'll cast this rod back out there and hopefully I'll get a bite. Here's the biggest of 19 fish I've caught so far. This one weighs 26 £. I'm getting double takes and takes within seconds of the rods landing, all on those short zigs fished at long range. So I'll slit this one back and hopefully there'll be a few more to come.